welcome to another brand new episode here on 1950's Farm. How are we all doing? It's not going too bad. As you can see, I've got the the baler on. We've got the grass finished. Growing up in this field, and as I say, now we've got the baler on, and it's not going too badly. We've got quite a few bales off here actually, which I didn't really expect, if I'm honest. But yeah, it's going pretty good. We're really getting this farm moved on now. We've got this to do. Then we will collect the bales. Once we get the bales collected, we will then get this field ploughed, and then we'll get our two fields on this farm drilled. This baler is really awkward to use because it's offset. It goes against sort of everything on a real farm I've ever been used to, and anything on farming sim that I'm used to, because you've literally got to miss the breed for it to kind of get. And trees are my pet hate in farming sim, because you don't have very good 360 vision in farming sim. Then it makes it really awkward to kind of see where you're at. But it doesn't matter if we don't get all of it. I'm not too worried about that. What I am obviously worried about was getting the grass off here, and then getting it ploughed, getting it joined up with this stubble here, and then getting it ploughed. That is the main goal. Whatever grass we get off here, it's a Brucey bonus, and it will feed the cows, and that will be all well and good. So, as I say, we're getting near now to where, in terms of sort of real life Harry would have been at this stage. We're not far now. It's not been. It's amazing how, even though this is a computer game, that I'm sort of in a way trying to replicate real life, but yet circumstances kind of mean I can't necessarily replicate real life in the truest form, that it's actually taking longer in game than it did in life. But I think one of the main reasons for that is, as I've mentioned it before, because one or two people have sort of I've had a couple of emails from people that say, oh well, actually, you wouldn't have got that much for the crop in 1950, sort of 50, 51, 52, when we were selling crops, which I am acutely aware of, doing my research into the 50s, American 50s farming, not UK, so not even a place that I'm kind of familiar with, and sort of doing my research and looking in, I know for a fact that farmers didn't get the sort of money that we're getting for our crops. Alternatively, and this is where I've always said this is the reason why I say everything's relative. Alternatively, yes, they didn't get nowhere near the prices that I get for my wheat, my soybeans, etc, etc, etc. Where the game equals that out is that farmers wouldn't have paid nowhere near the amount for fields. So I've just bought the two fields just to my right, and that's cost me like about £250,000-ish. Well, that wouldn't have cost that much in 1950s. Machinery, even though I'm using old machinery, it's still set to kind of farming sim prices, so therefore I'm having to spend more on the machinery than Harry ever had to. So like I say, everything is relative and it does equal out, and because it equals out, then I'm kind of more happier to kind of go with the base game and stick with it, because as I say, it is equaling out. So it's it's not it's not the cheat that it could be. If the machinery that I'm buying was for a few £100 or maybe just a few £1,000, but I was getting a few £100,000 for my crops, then I would try and balance that out a lot more. But it's not. And the thing is that whilst the dairy continued to progress and continued to update machinery and do sort of this, that and everything else in terms of going with the times, and probably even slightly getting ahead of the times in some of their techniques and some of the things that they were doing, Harry sort of didn't. Harry was very much a one-man band for many, many years. It wouldn't be until the 60s that Harry started to get help on the farm. Before he used to have hired help, so his brother used to come and help in the harvest season, which is was sort of obviously a big help to him and good for him. But we can't really replicate that in the game as such. I know we could use auto drive and different things like that, but with the way that there's always one bale that gets dropped, I might be able to get around that actually and not miss anything. Yeah, that gets dropped just in the way, ever so slightly in the way. But yeah, so as I say, I decided to get on, and I did say at the end of the last episode that I would get the grass road up off camera, but I also then decided to get most of it baled as well, because I kind of figured that, for those of you that have been watching this regular, baling is something that we do a heck of a lot on this save. And because I'm sort of keen to start moving this forward a little bit, not skipping nothing, but just that every time sort of you come to an episode, we've sort of moved on a season or a stage or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, just so as it doesn't get bogged down in me having to continually cut the grass and different things. And like I say, you're not going to miss nothing, or certainly nothing important. But at the same time, I'm not going to have 4 or 5 videos of grass cutting and me collecting bales. A, because I'm terrible. B, because you just don't need 4 or 5 videos in a row of me doing the same thing. Yes, I do. I've always said, and I will continue to say, and I believe it even more, since I've had I had a week away really, and sort of to get my head around things and all the things that happened, which have been explained in sort of previous videos, so I'm not going to go over that in this one. But for all the things that happened, I had a week away, and I really thought about YouTube, I really thought about my life, I really thought about everything that I'm sort of doing. And yes, I'm making some changes to my personal life and to the things that I do, but YouTube, I decided, was a massive part of that future. And just doing YouTube and just doing the videos and having a bit of fun and having a laugh and a giggle, and when I get the nice comments, it's lovely. When like this morning I woke up, and I'd had 3 new subscribers. I know it just, it sounds silly probably, but it means the world. Do you know what I mean? Like, and so that's a positive that I want to keep. and that I am going to keep. So yeah, YouTube, as I say, is going to be still a massive part. Even on my potato PC, as someone very wittingly called it this morning. So you know who you are. So yeah, even on this potato PC, which the PC's fine, it's just I don't have a great deal of memory left on the computer, and so therefore I have to sort of kind of do the episodes in a certain way. But yeah, it's you know, the actual computer itself, the processor and the graphics card are way more than this game. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could play this game on the max settings, and I can play it without lag and without, you know, stuff like that. I just choose not to, and you know, I've explained before that the reason why I choose not to do it is because why make the graphics card work that hard if it doesn't need to? You know, this game aesthetically, I think, looks pretty good, as I am at the moment on medium settings. You know, I'm on medium settings at the moment, and this game for me, you know, looks more than good enough. Yes, I could turn it up if I wanted to. Like I said, I could put it on the max settings, and my computer will run it fine. I can record, you know, a lot of the early videos that I made were on max settings. You know, no lag issues, no, you know, nothing like that. So, you know, I know that my computer's, you know, more than capable. It's just, I was kind of, well, I bumped into, so where I live in the village is probably, well, now there's probably about 8 or 9 people that watch my videos. And one of the lads that watches my videos, Stephen, is he's a tech guy for his job. And you know, he's, you know, watches my videos, and he said, like, you know, I'm not really into farming, but actually I quite like listening. You know, he said, like, you know, listening to you talk is like being out with you when we used to go for a beer or a game of snooker or whatever. I mean, and he said, like, you know, he said, therefore that's why I watch your videos, because he said, although I am sort of learning about farming as we go, you know, he said, you know, he said, I really, as you know, he said, I really like your sense of humour. I think, you know, you're you know, quite a very funny chap. And he said, but and we was talking it because he obviously heard about the memory issues, and he'd sort of basically suggested a few things which I've done, and yes, it has increased my memory dramatically, but it's still not enough doing YouTube as creatively as perhaps I would like to try, because I'm not a tech person. I'm not very good with all of that stuff, but yeah, I would like to sort of try, but so I've stopped because I can't remember why I've come down here. Yeah, so as I say, I've completely lost my train of thought. Bear with me. I'm gonna nip off. I'm gonna remember why I was coming down here, and then I'll bring you back in. When I bring you back in, it'll be a time lapse. Because as I say, I genuinely cannot remember why I've just come down here, which is a bit ironic considering we was talking about memory loss on the computer. But yeah, so as I say, when you come back, it'll be time lapse, and I'll be doing whatever it was that I was gonna do. So I'll see you in a bit. Bye for now. So I'm back, and as you've seen, we've got that field done quite nicely with the bale collecting. I'm definitely getting better, I think. Yes, I definitely feel that my bale stacking abilities are definitely improving. And so once we've got that stacked, then we come into the field, and let's say now we can get it ploughed, and then this will go as soybeans, and the other one's going as corn. So that should all take shape really over the next couple of episodes. We should have all this done, and then we'll get the tractors in with the rolls, and we'll, as I say, have this field then ready and all taken care of. I tried to make a little bit of a border as much as I could. So basically, you know, I don't know whether you could tell really at the speed that the time lapse runs at, but I sat on the end of each end. So sat at that end over there, lined myself up with a tree over here, and then cut through. The reason that it's gone jaggedy everywhere like that is because these textures get torn, and so therefore it makes it look like it isn't straight when it actually is straight. It's just the way the textures do get torn, as you can see here, because we've suddenly started taking more than what we were, but that's fine. We can and then it stops again. So we you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, and on this map it isn't going to be perfect, unfortunately. As I say, mainly because the texture gets torn, and you know, you just can't plough it very nicely. Sometimes you can, and it is also as well directional dependent. So if you go across, so if I went from left to right, as we're driving now, if I went from left to right, that would be a lot better than going as I am, sort of from up and down, sort of thing like that. Yeah, never mind. We will make a job of it, I'm sure, and we will endeavour to get our crops in, and yeah, that will be, you know, spring done, and well on the way to wheat harvest again. That wheat is not going to that wheat is not going to be long before it is ready. So we're definitely looking at at soon starting harvest. But yeah, so I say it's gone well this episode, and we will get the ploughing done. So in the next episode, when you come back, I'll be ploughing this field, and I probably will have had some of. I will have already have got some of it done already. When you sort of rejoin me, if you like, on the episode, or on the next episode, I will have got some of it done, and then that way, as I say, we'll then quickly be into planting then, and it may well be that I'll do one field off camera of drilling, but I will do the other field on camera, and then as I say, we can then look to do probably some rolling ourselves. You know, the rolls that we've got, I think they're either 3 or 4 meter wide, but you know, we could do that ourselves, and you know, we could even make that a chatty video really. But yeah, as I say, we're doing good. Harry's doing all right, and we're doing all right with him too. So as I say, I think I'm going to probably leave this episode here. It's gone on a little bit longer than what I'm sort of aiming for, so I'm starting to aim now for below 30 minutes if I can. just because I sort of don't want to outdo. Um, I don't want videos to go on too long, because some of my videos are going sort of 45, 48, 50 minutes, and it's too long. So I'm looking to try and, if I can, just shorten them down a little bit. And then as well, another thing that I'm gonna be doing from now on, it was mentioned to me yesterday in a message, in a comment um, on YouTube, that someone said that I'm not really. I've just sort of subscribed to your channel and I've gone to watch some series and they're not numbered, and I don't really want to watch them because I can't be bothered to figure out in what order they come in. And it's a very fair comment. Um, and so what I'm going to be doing over the next 2 days is, over the next couple of days, because obviously there's like 340 some odd videos for me to do, but I will go through them and I will number the titles of every episode, so that makes it a lot easier to then follow my series. And then going forward, I will try to remember to put the episode number in every title. It's just something that I didn't give really much consideration to. I didn't think it was that important. If I'm also honest as well, I thought YouTube would put my first video in that series at number 1, my second at number 2, my third at number 3, etc, 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 and so people could just go down the list. But no, it doesn't. So what we'll do is I will excuse me, I will go back and I will renumber them all, so that, or not renumber them all because they haven't been done, so I will number them all so that they're much easier to follow. So I apologise for that, but it's something that I will make sure that I get right for the future. And if anyone sort of watches my channel and thinks, well, I'm not watching this anymore because of this, just leave it in the comments, and if I can do something about it, and if I can change something that helps you to enjoy the content more, then as I say, just leave it in the comments, and I will always sort of endeavour to do my best and to to make sure that the content is enjoyable for everyone. So I'm really pleased that person commented on one of the videos, and because it's something that I can now do to correct what I've been getting wrong over the last sort of few months or so. So thank you for that. Really appreciate it. And all that's left for me to say really is, if you haven't done already, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. It really does help. Share the videos wherever you share the videos, that really helps too. And just a massive thank you from me for everyone that has subscribed already and that does share my videos and that does comment. It is really appreciated, and as you know, I do try to answer every single one of them. Not always straight away. Like I said before, I don't have an iPhone, so I don't get notifications when I've got messages, so it's usually when sort of later on in the evenings and the afternoons, when I've maybe got a little bit of free time before I do sort of the next recording, that I will go to YouTube and just have a look to see if I have got any notifications. But I will always endeavour to get back. If I don't never get back to you, just comment and say, oi, why are you not getting back to me? And I will of course get back. But yeah, so thanks ever so much for watching. Really enjoyed having your company, and I can't wait to see you again on the next one. Bye for now.